Hi, everybody. Dave Stevens coming to you from Radio Row at Super Bowl 57 for the Disability Channel. And it's been a great week as we wrap things up. I'm going to go ahead and bring our superstar from Canada down here, down to the Valley of the Sun, Jay Stoyan. Jay joining me from Radio Row. And Jay, how cold is it up in Canada these days?
It's actually not too bad, Dave. Not as warm as Arizona, I'm sure, but it's been pretty mild winter so far. We've had a couple really cold days, not as cold as New Hampshire, but we had some cold days. I love what you're doing, Dave. Thank you so much. What's this now? Your sixth year in a row?
Yeah, I think 6 or 7 for the Disability Channel, and hopefully
That
we do good enough to get welcome back to Las Vegas, where maybe we can get you down there and more people. And I can't do this all by myself. It's so much at my age.
this,
So,
this is
but we
great.
have a
Before we introduce our special guest, I have to say I loved Earl and Tony. Like, oh my goodness, like two
yeah,
of the greatest running backs of all time. And just like,
yeah. I
oh, memories,
I,
memories.
I have to apologize. We've been having audio issues just because trying to do everything that we're doing, but you can hear it, and the Disability Channel will be taking all of the highlights and the best ofs, I'm sure, and editing them up and putting them out there because I think I've done 45 guests today, and with all of our sponsors, we have. Let me see if I can do this real quick. Rob, can you kind of move over a little bit, and you'll see behind me. We've got our banner up with all of the brands and everything that have been nice enough to sponsor for the Disability Channel. You can see back there, so everyone has to see some of the amazing people like Pandora, the Toronto Star, LED Solutions. So thank you guys for being a part of our Super Bowl week here. And
That's
Jay,
great.
I know it's not football, it's not sports, but you got a special guest that we're going to bring in. Why don't you explain who our guest is?
Yeah, actually, let me set up Stuart a little bit. So let me just explain a little bit to the people what the Disability Channel does because it fits right into what Stuart does, right? So Stuart Lyle is our special guest today, and he's a big veteran supporter. So I just want to tell people what the channel does itself. So the channel is by and for persons with disabilities and veterans, showcasing abilities in media through our Ontario government employment programs in media, stretching now to culinary and music, and we have huge supporters within the veteran industry and community. And that's why I'd like to bring on Stuart Lyle. Stuart, welcome to the show. Please tell Dave what you do, and this is going to go worldwide. So,
Right. Hi, Dave. How you doing? Yeah, back in 1998, I wrote a book for my sons, actually, to try to give them a heads up on life, basically, and how to save early in life, and it would work out good in the end for them. So I did that, and I had a friend at the Toronto Sun, and he was a cartoonist there, Ken Borden. And Kenny said, "You keep writing, I'll put cartoons to it." So basically, to cut a long story short, that's what we did, and the book turned into a bestseller. It's called "My Kids Are Going to Be Rich, Your Kids Too," and that was back in 1998, so it's 25 years old. So we brought it up to date, and especially because of the pandemic, I guess, because it's so many people. You see people lining up for food all across America and all across Canada and everywhere else in Europe, and it's strictly because if people started saving early in life, they wouldn't be in that position. So that's the main reason that I wrote the book. And the kids are now 40, so they did okay, and they've been saving for the last 25 years. So with the all the things that you see on the radio and TV about student loans and student debt, if people started saving early, like the college students that are there now, if they started to save as soon as they finished college, um, they wouldn't have. We could wipe out a whole generation of student loans and student debts. And that being said, I work a lot with hospitals. I work with the firefighters. I work with all kinds of charities. Special Olympics is a big one, and of course Jay at the Disability Channel, and the veterans. I do. My father was in World War II, and he got blown up. He was a prisoner of war in Germany, and they threw him in a rail car. And 6 days later, um, an American patrol came by, opened. It's all documented. They opened up the doors of the rail car. There were 60 people in there, dead, some alive, and my father was alive. and but his leg was hanging off, so the Americans saved him, and that's it. He lived till 93 after, so it was a big thing. And he broke a hole in the side of the rail car so he could breathe, and that's how he survived. And basically, that's what I do now. Is I brought the book back up to speed for 2023, and now we go into various groups and organizations. They put it up on their website, and people download the book, and the money goes to the charity. Uh, Everybody has. If you take like Parkinson's, for instance, I'm working a lot with them, and they have so many people now. It's 10 million people around the world with Parkinson's. So if they each take the book and download it, that's how they're going to raise money for their. That's how they're going to raise money for their cure. And I work with the Steve Ludzik Foundation up here in Canada, and they're hooked up with the Michael J. Fox Foundation down in the States. And with the veterans in America, I work with OperationHattrick.org in New Hampshire, and Dot Sheehan, she runs Operation Hat Trick, and she goes all across. She just came back from Las Vegas actually with the last trade show that they did down there, and she does sportswear like t-shirts, hats, and all kinds of things. She does with the universities, especially across America. So that's big. So we're focusing a lot on that, and basically that's it. It's a book to get people starting to save early and often, and it works out good for them in the end.
That sounds pretty great. And where can they get that book? If you could give us the website and how they can grab it.
Yeah, they can go to OperationHattrick.com. In Canada, they can go to OperationFootsteps.com, FireFightersPD.com, and DroneBallDrop.com. Actually, the one in the States, sorry, it's not .com, it's .org. It's OperationHattrick.org. But we're just setting it all up now, so it'll be up with by the end of the month. It'll be up on all the websites and running.
Sounds like a great book with a lot of great staying power. So, Stuart, I thank you for joining us a little bit here on our wonderful show from
Thank you so
Radio
much.
Row. You got any predictions, or do you care about the Eagles or the Chiefs up there? I know it's not Canadian
Well,
football. We don't have rouges down here, but
oh no, I mean, I guess it's our team. I mean, both teams are really good. I think it's a coin toss. I mean, really, there's no real bad guy good guy type thing. Everybody looks for that, but everybody seems to like both teams. So I
yeah,
think
it's a
it's just
nice
going to be a
mix.
good game.
You've got the first two black quarterbacks ever to face off. You've got the first two brothers ever to face off. I met their mother last night,
Oh,
Donna
great.
Kelsey, at the Hall of
Yeah,
Fame honors. She's a wonderful lady. And then the storylines of Andy Reid facing his old team. So it's a win-win for the league. And I'm looking for a game that isn't going to be a blowout. We've had some bad ones, but of all the games this year, we have the two best teams. So it's going to be exciting. So thank
yeah. In
you
the end,
for being
it
a
came
part of
out
it.
fair in the end.
Yeah. And Jay, what are your thoughts for the rest of the day? We're not hearing Jay for some reason. We've lost Jay's audio. You got you, Jay? We've lost Jay's audio for a second. I'm going to pop him. Jay, I'm going to pop you out real quick as we wrap up, and I'm going to thank everybody here. You can come back on. Stuart, it's been great having you again. Thank you. And that book, that sounds like it could really make an impact and a difference, just like what we do here at the Disability Channel. So thank you for your time, and God bless you and good luck.
Thank you so much for having
All
me,
right.
and enjoy the rest of the week and the weekend.
Thanks. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, Dave Stevens here live at Radio Row for the Disability Channel. And I'm not sure what happened to Jay's signal, but that's what happens when you're trying to mix Canadian wires with American wires. They go haywire. So continue to follow us on the Disability Channel on all platforms. I'm Dave Stevens from Radio Row. That's a wrap.